Rob and Kale Podcasts. Rob Sanders.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Kale Carolina Jackpot Hall.
And fuck you! Who's next?
The Rob and Kale Podcasts.
Let's go!
And welcome into the Rob and Kale Podcast. I'm Rob Sanders, coming to you from Columbia, South Carolina. In the Big L tonight is the other half of this podcast, the best damn Gamecock YouTuber on the planet. He is Mr. Carolina Jackpot, Kale Hall. Kale, what's up, buddy?
What is up, guys? Hope everyone's doing great tonight. Hump day, so it's time to get your freak on, no matter how you like to do it. First of all, want to make a correction here. Bend over and eat a little crow, I reckon. Austin Paul, who apparently is a Clemson man, gave us a super chat the other night on this channel, on this very channel, and we did not read it. So thank you for the super chat, Austin Paul. We appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the show. And I apologize. Things got to go on a little bit hot and heavy the other night, and that was our fault. Sometimes even the good ones, we screw up a little bit. So hit show with a thumbs up while you're in here. It really helps us out, and I sure do appreciate it.
All right, so yeah, we missed the super chat. Sorry about that. Someone posted earlier. What was it? Hurry up, slow ass. Thank you for that, Daniel Vaughn.
Ray Bob asked me, Jackpot, are you a member of the Lumbee tribe yet? Honorary.
Honorary?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah, I'm changing my last name to Locklear.
All right, so let's thank our sponsors, Callaway's Bar and Grill, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. We've also, they sponsor the Callaway's Pick and Challenge, which we're going to pick our games here in a moment. We have what? 11 games you're going to pick tonight, Jackpot. No Clemson game this week, but we appreciate the folks at Callaway's, Callaway'sBarandGrill.com. Also from Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport, the Fireside Chats with Uncle Jackpot. Jackpot, tell us a story, sir.
Sucks to be a Gamecock. We were ranked in the top 25 for the first time in 4 years. We were October champions. Dabo Swinney made a smart move at quarterback Saturday. It says Wednesday, but he did it Saturday, you dumbass, with no malice in his heart. It sucks to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
Message courtesy of Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport. Thanks, Dennis, for sponsoring the show. We appreciate it as always. We also want to thank the folks that have sent us super chats and everything else. You guys are great. All right, so let me go ahead and present. We'll do our picks here, Jackpot, and then we'll take some phone calls. All right, there's the form. I don't know if you guys can see that. You should be able to see it. There it is. All right, first game on the schedule is Ohio State and Penn State. A couple of Big Ten teams. Ohio State is the big favorite there. 14 points, Jackpot. Are you going to take your second favorite team, the Nittany Lions?
Yeah, I like the Nittany Lions, but right now, I feel like this thing's about style points. And Penn State has normally covered against Ohio State in this rivalry. Made a living out of doing that. I think people are kind of questioning Ohio State a little bit right now. Even after that huge win against Iowa, I think people are still not sold on them. Penn State looked better this past weekend against Minnesota. However, this week they're playing a team that's actually valid. You know, I don't want to step in front of Ohio State right now. I don't. It doesn't matter where this game's at. So let me go on ahead and take Suck Nuts to cover on the road.
You know, I think James Franklin's getting that it seems like every year we get a lot of love for Penn State, and then they get to play in Ohio State and Michigan. They just end up not playing well. So until he can show me he's going to win that big game, I'm going to go with Ohio State. Next matchup is Florida and Georgia. I'm told this is the biggest line in the history of this rivalry. Jackpot, I mean, it's 23.5. Which way are you rolling with this one, Jackpot?
Well, Kirby Smart has beat them by an average of 22 points a game. With that being said, not a lot of people are talking about this game. It's not hyped like it has been. They got Tennessee on deck too. I rode in Florida against Tennessee, and they played pretty well there. But I just think this is just this is just a beaten up team. I think they know that their season is over. Dakota VFL said it's hard to pick it because you don't know which Anthony Richards you're getting. That's true. I ain't been that impressed with Georgia, though. I ain't been that impressed with UGA. I mean, they went out there and beat the stuffing out of Vandy. But I'm going to take Florida to cover that. I think Georgia wins by 21, but I'm going to take the Gators. Probably stupid, but
well, I mean, I agree with everyone in the chat room. You guys are actually making some sense over there. It's really hard to pick, but I'm going to go with Georgia simply because I don't know how Richardson's going to do. I'm more confident in the Georgia defense shutting him down than I am him coming out and having a good game. So I'm going to go with Georgia minus the 23.5. Oklahoma State and Kent State. Kansas State. Kansas State is a 1.5 point favorite. Jackpot, do you like the men in purple there?
Not really. I think Oklahoma State is that defense is decent. The men in purple can't. Wait a minute. Kansas State was up by like double digits against TCU. TCU came back and beat them. So they're sitting here with 2 losses now. Oklahoma State still with just the 1 loss to TCU. That's a tough place to play. I'm going to go on ahead and roll with Kansas State here. I'm going to roll Kansas State. I think that what's his name? Dropadus Vaughn. I think that's going to be a little too much for the Derek Mason-led defense out of Oklahoma State. A lot of people forgot that he coaches there. The Derek Mason-led defense to deal with. So let me go on ahead and roll with K-State.
I think this is one of the bigger games of the weekend, and I don't have the faith in K-State that you have, so I'm going to go and trust with the mullet and take the 1.5. Kentucky and Tennessee. This game is always weird to me, Jackpot, because even when Kentucky has a great team like last year, for some reason, Tennessee ends up beating the holy shit out of them. And I don't understand it. But I don't think Kentucky's going to win. I think it's going to be closer than this, though, because I think Tennessee may be looking ahead to that Georgia game. They may take the Wildcats kind of lightly. So I'm going to take Kentucky. I think it'll be close. And then all the hype will be before Tennessee goes and gets their shit pushed in next week. Will be about, man, it was close with Kentucky. That's the vibe we're going to get. So, yeah, I think that's the way it's going to work. Gimmick offense will eventually win out, but Kentucky will cover the 11.5.
I'm not stepping in front of the balls right now. Just can't do it. Not the way they've been playing. Number 1 offense in the country. I'm going to go ahead.
Why don't we just get you a Tennessee sweatshirt, Jackpot? We
I
can do
don't
that.
want a Tennessee sweatshirt.
Why not?
But
You would look
because
good
I
in it. It
don't
would
fucking
mess up
want
that
one.
bald head of yours. You would love that, man.
No, I don't. No, I don't want one. But I can't. I mean, I can't argue with facts here. I'm trying to win a contest, or at least do well in it. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the Vols. I'm not stepping in front of them right now. Not after what I've seen.
All right, next pick is Ole Miss and Texas A&M. Ole Miss coming in off a loss. Texas A&M coming in off a loss. Which way you rolling there, Jackpot? Jimbo suspending players. I mean, hell, kind of crazy right now over there in Aggie land.
What is the line on this game?
Ole Miss is a 3.5-point favorite in Aggie land.
I don't want to. I would not want to mess on this one. But I don't want to mess around with it. A lot of times you see teams rally though when these kind of things happen. When this kind of misfortune happens, right? You see teams rally around their coach, rally around each other, and play a good game. That's a weird one to me. It seems like a situation where Texas A&M could potentially have a game where everybody kind of bonds together. I might be crazy, but I'm gonna take Texas A&M. I think they pull an upset. And I think Ole Miss is fraudulent anyway.
You know, I think this may be the game that Texas A&M wins that they had no business winning. I think Jimbo Fisher is a fraud, though. But I'm going to take Texas A&M and getting the 3.5 at home. All right, this game should have been the Cale Hall shitter of the week. Arkansas at Auburn. What a bunch of shitholes these two teams are. Auburn looking for a new coach. They just hadn't really said that yet. And Arkansas was not who we thought they were. But Arkansas is a 4.5-point favorite. Okay, well, Arkansas is still a 4.5-point favorite. Are you going? Which way are you going there, Jackpot?
I don't see any way that Arkansas doesn't win this game. Plus, this is their revenge too. Not revenge. This may be double revenge. I think it's just single revenge. Well, from 2 years ago, I don't remember who won last year, but I'm going to tell you. Can anybody in the comment section drop a fact and let me know who won this? I think Auburn might have beaten them last year as well. They say KJ Jefferson's back playing this one. I got to go with Arkansas here. I know it's at least revenge from 2020 when Auburn fucked, the refs fucked Arkansas out of a win there. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm taking Arkansas. I just take the lines of scrimmage. I think they're just better. Yeah, Auburn won last year, so this is double revenge. Double revenge. Definitely give me Arkansas. I think they run it up.
I'm going to take Arkansas too, but it's going to be I wonder if Auburn's just quit. I'm not taking anything away from Arkansas. I think Arkansas, when they've got their shit together, Jefferson's playing, et cetera, they're a pretty good team, but
Auburn played decent actually against Ole Miss, but they couldn't pull it out.
Yeah. But when those losses start piling up, you wonder if those young men are like, man, what the hell are we doing here? Wake Forest and Louisville. Wake Forest is a 6.5-point favorite. Jackpot, I'm taking the Deeks. Too much offense there. And Louisville's defense is not very good. Look for Hartman to have a big day. Wake Forest by, I think, double digits. Which way are you going?
Well, I mean, now, not so fast, my friend. Home game for Louisville. I think that they would see this. Louisville still, got a decent record, and a team that's still in a little bit of contention there for at least a decent bowl. Not, obviously not winning that side of the conference or anything. But I think that pound for pound, I think they match up okay with Wake Forest. I think Wake is a little bit. I'm not going to say they're fraudulent, but I'm going to say power rating wise, they're not that strong. I think that Louisville can score on them a little bit, and I want to take the Birds at home to cover that 6.5. I think this is a really good game, and one that I think would be hashtag fun to watch.
Well, you can watch some of that game, Jackpot. I remember what time it is. I'll check it out for you. Justin says he would love for Tennessee to play Clemson. Well, Tennessee and Clemson would have an opportunity to play. Oh, no, they can't. Clemson's not going to the Music City Bowl. So
I would. Well, that's not going to damn happen.
That's right.
They're at least going to be at New Year's 6.
Yeah, Clemson's not going. Clemson's going to win out, and that's going to hurt everybody's feelings.
No, I think
what's really going to hurt everybody's feelings is when Georgia wins the SEC championship game, and TCU wins out, and not TCU. I'm sorry. Help me, Jackpot. The team from the Big 12 is undefeated. No, the team in the Big 12 that's undefeated. That is completely slipped my mind. But, yeah, well, TCU went. That had never been. TCU wins out. Ohio State wins out. Clemson wins out.
TCU's not going to win out. TCU's had to come from behind 2 weeks in a row. Eventually, that shit's going to catch up with you. I think they lose. I bet you they lose to the Couch Burners this weekend.
Well, that might be cool, but hey, if
Who
it does
shit down the back of both legs against the Couch Burners?
Yeah, there you go with that. We'll see. I think that would be some interesting stuff there. You want to talk about some trailers being burnt down? Cincinnati versus
these Georgia fans and Tennessee fans, boy, they're going at it over here. I like that.
I mean, it's next week's matchup will be interesting. I mean, we'll see how that rolls. Cincinnati and UCF. Cincinnati is a 0.5 favorite. I'm taking UCF. I like what the Blazers doing down there.
They're half a point favorite.
Half a point favorite in the opening line.
I'm not stepping in front of Cincinnati. I mean, how long has it been since this team has lost a conference game? I couldn't tell you the last time. So, yeah, no.
All right, well, let's move on then. I'm going with UCF. Notre Dame at Syracuse. Notre Dame is a 4.5-point dog on the road at Syracuse. Syracuse lost last week. Will Dino Babers be able to get them off the mat? Notre Dame is not very good, Jackpot. I mean, I kind of like Syracuse to win here in the Dome.
So you're gonna take
taking the orange.
Yeah,
there's really nothing redeeming about Notre Dame that makes you take them.
No, there's not. But I mean, you got to kind of look at what they did. I mean, they went on the road. The one loss that North Carolina has was to Notre Dame. This Syracuse is a team that, I mean, the load has been shot. The bubble's been burst. Okay, and I think they I'm not going to say they quit, but I think they may let that Clemson loss beat them twice. I mean, and nothing that Syracuse did the second half last week impressed me at all. I mean, very, very unimpressed. I mean, Clemson basically handed them the game, and they wouldn't take it. What the fuck? I'm going Notre Dame. I hope they lose every fucking game the rest of the year.
All right. Mizzou is playing at South Carolina. The opening line on this is 5.5. South Carolina is a 5.5-point favorite against the Tigers. And Jackpot, which way you rolling there, my friend?
Well, Mizzou in 2 road losses this year in SEC play has covered the spread both times. However, they didn't cover the spread at home this past week against Vanderbilt. I think they were probably looking ahead to South Carolina a little bit, which they should have been. Very well, very smart of them. But 5.5 line it's a short line, but I'm telling you, last year we had a do-wop feel-good win against Florida. We went on the road out there, shut down the back of both legs. I'm not saying we shit down the back of both legs here, but I think this is a close game. I really do. This one scares me. It scares me a lot. Just, I mean, not that the fact that Arkansas's offense is going to light it up. Mizzou has a good defense. I mean, they do. And, you know, if Spencer Rattler comes out and has one of those games where he has his head up his ass and he decides to throw an interception or two, there's no guarantee that one might not be taken back for a pick six, because they have a defensive back, Joseph Charleston, I think is his name, played for Clemson. He's took two of them back for a pick six this year. And I just and he's due for one of those interceptions to come back. I still think we win, but I think this may be another 31-28 type thing. Too close for comfort, but I think the Cox get it done. But I'm going to take the sidecars to cover the spread here.
Well, here's what someone sent me this cool website, which I will share with you folks later on. But basically,
do you have any nudes on it?
No, sir. I don't have any nudes. I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
but anyway, so who is the number one defense in the conference, in your opinion, Jackpot, against just SEC opponents? We want to take a guess as far as yards per game given up.
If I had to guess, if I were just guessing, I would say, I don't know, Mizzou.
No, it's the Georgia Bulldogs at 252 yards, but number two is Mizzou. They give up an average of 283 yards per game. South Carolina is at 425 yards per game is their average. The worst defense in the conference is Vanderbilt, and this is just against SEC opponents. It doesn't. None of the non-conference games are in the mix here. It's just against SEC opponents. The worst defense in the conference as far as yards per game is Vanderbilt. Tennessee is right on their tail at 505 yards they give up every game. Now, when you look at the worst offenses, Missouri is the third worst offense, right ahead of South Carolina. So that tells me that you're going to have two shitter offenses out there, and one of these teams plays better defense than the other, and that would be the Mizzou Tigers. I'm going to take Mizzou and the 5.5 points. I think the game will be close, but I do think South Carolina will win because Mizzou can't win for shit. They should have won it. They should have won down in Auburn. They should have hung with Georgia and almost beat them. Yeah, I'm going to take Mizzou in the 5.5. I really do.
We got the defense to destroy Missouri. Stop being scared, Jackpot. I agree. I'm not scared. I just I know what South Carolina football is capable of doing.
Yeah,
I've been around for a long time. You know, Mizzou is like what 7-14, like 18 points away from being undefeated in the SEC, huh?
Yeah, I'm just saying. And the thing is, Jackpot, and this is no disrespect to your team. Right? I'm not ripping your team here. I'm just saying I think your offensive coordinator is brain dead, and I think Spencer Rattler just throws the ball around too much. I really do. And I think the Mizzou defense is completely underrated by a lot of people. Yeah. And I think they'll keep Mizzou in it. And I think it's going to have Jackpot on his live stream cussing in the third quarter on Saturday.
Wesley Evans says Mizzou isn't as bad as you guys think. We've been sitting here for 5 minutes giving them credit, Wes.
That's what we just said.
Their offense is a complete shitter. I mean, that's facts.
Lisa wants to know, Jackpot took Ohio State and Cincinnati. That's Jackpot's picks there.
Billy Cole says Satterfield had a presser today. Check it out, Carol. Did he eat crayons? I mean, what?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I really don't. Is it something I really need to check out? Is it something interesting? Because I don't like that dude, to be honest with you. I don't really give a fuck about what he has to say, but I will if you tell me I ought to.
The only thing Jackpot wants to hear is when he comes in and resigns. Boston
Howard.
College at UConn, the Kale Hall shitter. Boston College is a 9.5-point favorite on the road at UConn. What a shit game this is, Jackpot.
It is. I mean, imagine having to go. I mean, imagine being one state away and you have to go on the road to play at UConn. With that being said, I mean, 9.5 points. Boston College has looked pretty rough this year. But I mean, I want to look back at that Clemson game. I mean, they only trailed the Taters 10-3 at halftime. They won. I believe they won over Louisville. Actually, got the upset there. They got pounded by Wake Forest a little bit. They lost to Virginia Tech. There's no way I cannot back UConn to cover against a Power 5 opponent. Now they did last year at Vandy, I think, but Boston College with Jerkovich and Zay Flowers. I mean, they could beat this team by 3 scores if they could get their shit together. So I'm going to go on ahead and take the Eagles.
The Eagles. I'm taking the Eagles too because I'm not sure on UConn, man.
They did go on the road and play a tough game against Ball State.
There you go. All right, so there's our picks for the week, and Jackpot. We'll take some
Kirby's
calls.
advisor said, "Terrible game, sheesh, Carolina Jack." That's the point, sir.
It's a shitter every week. It's the
That's
worst
the point,
game
sir.
that has a line on it every week.
That's the
We
point,
used to
sir.
call
It's not going to be Alabama, Ohio State. Okay.
Yeah, it used to be called the Kale Hall Special, and I got tired of the fucking matchups, and I started calling it the Kale Hall Shitter, and it just stayed the shitter because that's what it is. All right, let's see here. We're going to go to the phones. Number to dial is 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. Feel free to Kirby's advisor has said you're trying to make us do some homework, Jackpot. That's funny.
What do you think the score of Tennessee Kentucky will be?
What's the over under? I got to look at the over under. I think that. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
What is going on, gentlemen? First caller of the night.
Yeah,
hello.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, yes. Now, here's the thing. The Georgia fans right now, they're talking like how they're just going to skull drag Tennessee up and down the field. I'm sorry. I'm not sold on their defense. Their defense isn't as good last year, and their competition that they played is not like what Tennessee's played.
So,
Tennessee
sir, hold on, sir, for just a second here, okay? Against just SEC competition, they're giving up 252 yards a game, best in the conference. Does the SEC suck ass and they're just beating up everybody else? Or maybe their defense is pretty good? Because they're the best defense in the conference. As far as total yards, they're the best defense in the conference.
But I'm saying, look who they have played.
Sure.
Who have they played?
Mm-hmm. I mean, just the SEC teams. That's the stat there. So you're saying the SEC sucks? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh, okay.
Now,
well, you just said who have they played? I said just against SEC teams. They've given up 252 yards.
You're down 17 to Missouri. Like, they like to run their mouths talking about how, Tennessee was down or in a close game against Pitt, but yet they were in a dogfight with two games against 2 horrible teams. So both
Missouri
teams
better than Pitt.
You think Missouri's better than Pitt?
Yep.
Wow. I mean, I guess.
I don't know. They're probably about even. To be honest.
Yeah. I mean, the problem in that game was, Hendon Hooker was relying too much on Cedric Tillman. That was the problem in that game.
I'm not shitting on Tennessee here. I'm just saying when they play, that will be the best defense in the conference that they will be playing against when they play Georgia. That's all I'm saying.
And did you see where one of Georgia's starting secondary players, I think he's out for the season?
Sure.
But
who was that?
I was reading somewhere as one of their starting safeties or cornerbacks or something. I might be wrong on that, but I heard that.
Sure.
Maybe y'all can verify that.
Everybody's got injuries nowadays.
Yeah, true. But I will say this. I've also heard apparently how Clemson wanted to join the SEC. I really hope they do. And Tennessee can play them, and we can skull drag them taters up and down the field.
Yeah.
And that'll be so great. Just like how Carolina's going to do it to them this year.
Well, sir, I have some advice for you this evening, and I want you to take this very seriously. Don't do drugs and call the program. It doesn't help.
Oh, I'm actually clean.
I don't believe you. When you say stupid shit like that, I just don't believe you. You obviously do, making statements like that.
You want to sit here and talk about how Tennessee fans are nothing but a bunch of scuffling hillbillies and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's called sarcasm, sir, and humor. Not everyone from Tennessee is a hillbilly, but the majority of people that call up here is talking about sucking fangs and talking like absolute hillbillies. Yeah, those are fucking hillbillies. Stand by that.
The two most famous people right now from South Carolina is the Big Show and Angry Grandpa.
Okay.
I mean, come on now. If we're going to talk about that.
No, it's actually Carolina Jackpot and Shane Beamer.
Oh, Jesus.
I know Shane Beamer was from South Carolina. I thought he was from
Virginia. He is now, by God, he's ours.
Yeah, they fucking annexed him. He's a South Carolinian. Learn something.
Well, again, the ACC sucks. I'm sorry, the Taters are going to get exposed in the playoff, no matter if it's Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, whoever.
Yeah. I'm not even going to argue with you on that because I can't educate you dumb people. When you say shit like that, it's just like, look, we could show you where Clemson has played very well against teams in the playoff. We could show you where Clemson's won national titles. In fact, Clemson's got 2 wins over Alabama in the past 5 years, and Tennessee gets 1 and 15, and they tear the fucking goalpost down. But please tell me how Tennessee is relevant to Clemson.
Y'all storm the field every time y'all win or lose. So don't give me no shit about storming.
It's not storming the field. It's a tradition. It's meeting at the Paul, you simpleton. Learn the tradition, sir. It's like you play Rocky Top when you guys fart. All right?
People storming the field.
No, I said you storm the field. Oh, goddamn. All right, sir. You have a wonderful day. Please do not drink paint.
Good night. Hey.
Don't drink paint, sir. Don't do drugs. Let's go to the phones. Welcome into the program.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about Alabama wide receiver Jermaine Burton and rules for thee, but not for me. Jackpot, do you think if South Carolina player was caught on video punching a girl unprovoked in the face that he would play next Saturday?
Probably not.
The explanation that Saban gave currently has 467,000 downvotes.
Cool.
So, like Jimbo said, just dig a little deeper. And it's not just that. I mean, we're seeing these Alabama players leave college and continue to hurt women. I mean, I can give you example after example of girls that they've either killed or beat the hell out of. I mean, and then now this happens and there's no punishment. And then we're wondering why all these Alabama players get out of school and continue to hurt women. When does the league step in?
I don't know. I
wonder if Alabama has anybody on their staff currently who beat up their girlfriend or anything at some point.
Well, it's just a miracle that Pete Golding didn't kill somebody drunk driving.
It's true. Who was that? Who was that idiot that? Henry Ruggs
Killed a 23-year-old girl and her 8-month-old puppy, burned to death. She screamed until she died. Finally, it was a horrible death.
All
right, sir. Yeah, that doesn't sound very good.
right,
Don't
see
hit
you,
women. Have a great day. All right. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Okay.
What's up, Rob? What's up, Kel? This is Frosty Tavern.
Good evening.
What do you have for the show, sir?
I just wanted to see what your guys' thoughts are on this since I'm dealing with it. I'm a diehard Georgia fan. We just won the Natty last year. I know you've been through this, Rob, winning the Natty a couple of times. Tennessee's only 7-0. You have to either win 14 or 15 games to win a national championship. Their whole fan base is acting like they've already done it. I know Tennessee fans who have already booked flights to Atlanta and booked hotels at the playoff locations. What do you all think of the way they're acting when the road only gets tougher from here?
The thing is that I've learned, and I had some Tennessee fan in the comment section running his mouth about. I may read the comment from him, but he's like, anyone that would rank Syracuse in the top 25 doesn't know football. So when you look at the coaches poll, where Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, a slew of college football coaches ranked Syracuse in the top 25. Yeah, they're all dumbasses, right? The thing is, with Tennessee fans, the majority of them are so that, first of all, their feelings, they've gotten their shit kicked in so many times that they're at the point where they have some hope right now. And they think, you know what, we finally broke that streak with Alabama. And now we have to play Georgia. And if we can win this, we may win the SEC East. That's what they're hoping for. But the reality is, and you know this as a Georgia fan, winning that national title is hard. Winning the SEC championship is hard. Hell, you won the national title without winning the SEC championship last year. But these simpletons, these new fans, they're like, oh, it's easy. We've got the best offense in the world. And you got one of the shittiest defenses. You need defenses when it comes down to it. And I don't give a shit what anybody says. It's a fucking gimmick offense. It's exactly what it is. And you know what? If they squared up man on man with Alabama and they didn't scheme to keep Will Anderson off the field, they would have got blown the fuck out. But the reality is, their offensive line is shit. And they know that fucking Booker keeps getting hit. He gets hit more than anybody. He's going to end up dead. That'll be the domestic violence there.
Just one last thing about the way their fans are acting. If they take Kentucky lightly like their fans do, if the team does, and if they take South Carolina lightly, they could lose those games.
Wow. Nothing on this planet would make me a happier fan than Tennessee dropping that game to South Carolina, especially if they could beat Georgia and then they lose to South Carolina. That would be the funniest shit ever.
Could you imagine?
Laughing. Oh, it would be the greatest thing ever.
That's all I had, though. Appreciate it. Good job. Love you guys. Love you, Rob. Love you, Kel.
See you later, buddy. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. Billy says, I bet Rob paints a cat paw on his cheeks on Saturday. That's some good solid stuff there.
Which ones?
That's great. It's not a good O-line. If you had a good O-line, your quarterback wouldn't get sacked as much as he does. Jesus. Oh, my God. I mean, I just can't, Jackpot. Just can't. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. If you would like to join the program this evening as we roll along here. I was looking for
Comment from Jay Pesmith over in the comment section says, to be fair, that sounds more like something Saucon would do. Fucking Navy. Okay, we're talking 38 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Jackpot was wearing a diaper then. Can't talk
That was
about games.
before. That was
Jackpot was wearing a
before the
diaper.
movie. That was before the movie Goonies came out. Holy shit!
Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Hey, Rob, I'm going to tell you this. You better hope and pray Clemson doesn't play Tennessee this year.
We're not. I already told you we're not going. We're not going to the Music City Bowl, sir. So I don't see that happening. But anyway, go ahead. We better hope we don't play Tennessee this year because Tennessee's going to beat you by 7,000 points. What is Josh Heupel's bowl record at Tennessee? Answer the question. All right, you don't want to answer the question. Bye. Josh Heupel's bowl record at Tennessee is what? 0-1. That means he can't get that gimmick offense going in the bowl game. You don't want that, man. You don't want that. Trust me. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Someone asked if he was on a rotary phone. That's funny. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen. It's good to
Hello.
talk to you. This is Hufferbilly Paul.
Hello, Hufferbilly Paul. How are you, sir?
Good. Now, this delusional Tennessee drug addict doesn't understand what he's asking for. Sometimes you don't really want what you ask for. So if Clemson gets to the SEC, we will make Tennessee our bitch. Just be honest. And they know it. But that's okay. We'll try and be nice to them. We'll actually kiss them first. But here's the real issue. Why do we keep hearing how great the Big is and how great the Pac is, and Clemson just sucks and sucks? And so you look at these teams in the Big and the Pac, and they're not that good. Okay, now Ohio State's got talent. Don't get me wrong. They don't demonstrate that they can beat a real team, and even though they beat Penn State, that's not a real team. That's a crappy team. So tell me.
That's a good point, sir.
So anyway, that was the reason why I called in. But you guys can make points about it. But I just wanted to say that guy, that Tennessee dude, please stop it. All right, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Looking at me.
Yes, everyone's. As my son makes his appearance on the podcast tonight. All right, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. If you would like to join the show this evening. As Jaden runs down here, he used to like come over here all the time. Now that he's gotten older, he's like, yeah, whatever. All right, Justin says Clemson is 6-11 all time against Tennessee. You are correct, sir. It's not like they play every single season, though. I mean, stop it.
When was the last time they played? Like, what happened the last
2004
time
in
they
the
played?
Orange Bowl. I mean, not in the Orange Bowl, in the Georgia Dome, and Tennessee lost that game. So
Bad too, if I remember.
just shut up. Daryl Bolden with some more lies. Clemson doing all they can in a weak conference just to keep their head above water. Well, sir, the ACC, I hate to break this to you, currently has 2 teams in the top 10, 4 teams in the top 25. I mean, none of those numbers matter, though. All that matters is Tennessee circle jerk. Let's all share one beer, one bottle of toothpaste for the entire state. I feel bad for Billy and some of the smart Tennessee fans that are over there, because your loud fans are the ones that are running their mouths, and they don't know anything about football. They really don't. All they hope for is that they can get the 1997 Tennessee team back.
Aaron Brown says Tennessee would be favored over Clemson on a neutral field. Rob is football ignorant. Might be. Doesn't mean they'd beat them.
Welcome to the program. Good evening.
Tennessee would beat the fuck you, bitch. Fuck you.
See, you Tennessee fans are showing out. There you go. So here's you're just reinforcing my point. Dumb, 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 dumb.
God, how mad are you?
Dumb, 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 dumb. So, under the logic of Clemson would be an underdog to Tennessee on a neutral field. Wasn't Tennessee an underdog to Alabama on their home field? And how'd that work out? Huh. Once again, that doesn't mean anything. Vegas is trying to get you to spend money.
All
right. When you line up, that's what matters. That's what matters. So you're an underling. Just remember that. What, 4 or 5 years ago, you couldn't win a fucking conference game. You lost to Vanderbilt, and you're talking about being nationally relevant now. Give a shit. Do whatever you got to do. Make sure you don't lose to Kentucky this weekend. Roll Tide said that FU was forceful. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. Jackpot's up there. He's got the jackpot. You dying? You okay?
I'm good.
Justin says South Carolina will beat Tennessee. Will beat Clemson this year. Okay. Sure. Whatever you want to go with, friend. Whatever you want to go with there, friend.
I'm not picking that anymore until I have reason to actually believe it, and until it happens.
It's just, look, with that game, it's up in Death Valley, and it's one of those games that would be, it'd be one of the biggest upsets of the season, in my opinion.
Yeah, but there have been times when South Carolina has played Clemson better at Clemson than they have in Columbia.
Hunter Slay says, you're mad because they're more relevant. How is Tennessee more relevant, sir? That's just great.
They just won 2 national championships.
Yeah,
since
that's not
2017.
relevant.
That's dumb.
Welcome to the program. Good evening.
How you guys doing?
Good.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, this is Cock the Hammer. I'm a Gamecock fan stuck in Macon, Georgia. And I just wanted to ask Jackpot a question. And Rob, you feel free to chime in. If South Carolina wins their next 3 games, and basically will be 8-2 with Tennessee coming in and Clemson, honestly, that we've obviously improved if we get to 8-2 from what we've been. What do you think the chances are of us winning one of those last 2 games?
I mean, they're good. Especially if Tennessee drops the game to Georgia, then I think that Georgia, I think they're going to be vulnerable. I think that Tennessee is a team that can get beaten with special teams plays, a few lucky breaks, especially with that game being at home. That place is going to be packed. South Carolina absolutely hates them. So there's another little bit of an added edge there. And I don't know. I think Beamer and I think him and his staff, I think they're really good motivators. So I would definitely think that one's a possibility. The Tater game, I don't know. I don't know about that one. A possibility too, I guess.
I think Clemson seems to be getting better as they go, kind of like we are. Not the same situation, but I think they're getting better as they go. I don't think either one of these teams are who they're going to be in 4 weeks.
It's kind of hard. It's really hard to look ahead with, injuries could happen too.
Right.
There's that in the mix too. It's really hard to look that far ahead.
Well, hey, I got to tell you, this is the only show that I listen to, and I listen to a lot of stuff because I work a lot. Dude, I almost wrecked my car laughing at you. Rob, weeks ago, you said something, man. You were in it with a Georgia fan, and you were freaking pissed. And you said something about Dog Shit Whore Weekly or something. Do you have any idea? You remember what I'm talking about?
So I said that he made some stat up, and I'm like, where did you get that from? Dog Shit Whore Weekly? I think a lot of people actually come up with that. There's also Gamecock Shit Whore Weekly, in addition to Vol Shit Whore Weekly. And it just depends on the fan base. They can go and doctor up whatever fucking Oh, it's Vol Shit Horde Daily. Very good point. But
Hourly.
you can make up your own stats or whatever, or you can look at real stats. I mean, and someone will call up and they'll tell me, I don't know, Tennessee's 7,000,001 against Clemson. Shut the fuck up, Rob. And then hang up the phone, and then they're all laughing with their fucking 4 hillbilly buddies. I got him. And it's just fuck off with all that, man. It's just stupid.
Oh my Lord. I literally almost lost my job and because I just about wrecked this vehicle laughing at you when you said that. I did not see that one coming, brother. You got you a faith. Both of y'all got you a faithful listener. And hey, Kale. Hey, I loved your freaking podcast when you were tipping a few, brother. Don't change a thing.
Okay.
We appreciate it, man. You have a good night, all right?
All right, bro.
Jackpot says stuff in his streams that I'm like, I mean, I literally say sometimes this motherfucker here. Like, I got to get out of it. So
Wesley Abrams said he's taking his kids to the game. He hopes they beat our ass. And I said, they're going to cry in the car.
Oh, Wes can't leave the state of Tennessee. He's lying. Parole officer won't allow that to happen. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. If you'd like to join the show, take a couple more calls here before we get out of here. 803-470-2905. It's not really, there aren't very many really good games this week, Jackpot.
No, there's not. I mean, there's some weeks we just got good games start to finish. I mean, the entire day, but this one is kind of good. Our game is at 4, and then the Kentucky-Tennessee game is I think it's at 7, right? So
yeah, it's like the 4 o'clock is like the SEC shitter game. That's when they put the game they think that's not going to draw the most viewers is generally the 4 o'clock time slot. I think that, I mean, I don't know.
Fireball said, Kel, what are you going to be for Halloween? The Michelin Man? No, I'm going to dress up as your wife's panties.
Yeah, because Snatch has low cholesterol.
Exactly right.
Shit. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. If you'd like to join the program as we roll into the weekend. Now see, now the show's going off the rails.
Probably be too bad. This is true.
Well, I got nothing. I don't know where to go from here. I just whatever. Kale should be Rob and Rob should be Kale. Don't know about that. Jay says that might be the comment of the night. A moist jackpot is a happy jackpot.
Well, that's very true.
Shit. Huffer Billy Paul, let me read this super chat. Nothing bad better happen to Jackpot. It'll be a dark day for all of college football on National Day of Mourning.
Exactly. Thank you for the tip. Appreciate it.
By the way, that is a good point there from Nick. Where are all the Kentucky fans? Didn't we used to have a bunch of Kentucky fans that were in here telling us that Will Levis was going to drink mayonnaise in his coffee and he was going to roll all over everybody. He was going to beat South Carolina by 3 touchdowns. Their Super Bowl is this week, and we haven't heard shit from them.
I legitimately have not seen nor heard from Kentucky Durban since the ass whipping the first weekend in October. The second weekend in October. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine that. He's still alive. He's still making picks in the contest, but yeah, he's MIA. MIA.
Here's the thing. South Carolina beat them with an offensive coordinator that literally probably drew out the plays in crayon. And he also had a quarterback that's had issues everywhere. But hey, South Carolina went into Kroger Field and beat them. How'd that happen? That's a good point. Big Barney Ross may be the most famous person in Kentucky, Jay. You're right. All right. Well, jackpot. Looking forward to the games this weekend, man.
Well,
You got an upset
absolutely.
pick you like?
What's that?
Yeah, you got an upset pick you like this weekend?
Yeah, I don't. I don't know. Particularly, I mean, I guess. Shit, I don't know. I guess Kansas State would Kansas State beating Oklahoma State be considered an upset? Yeah.
Well, it's a 1.5 point favorite there, but I think that I think Texas A&M getting the win would be kind of an upset because everybody's left them for dead.
I think that was an upset. Yeah, I didn't know what the problem was there in. They said there was an incident in the locker room at South Carolina. I mean, they were smoking fucking weed in the locker room before the game. I mean, what kind of world? What are we doing here?
I don't like how do you get away with that? I don't know. Good stuff there, man. All right, we appreciate you guys as always, and we will see you later on.